Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. I think today I'm going to do something a little different, just, because I want to do something different. So I think I will, instead of post like a time-lapse video with music, I think this time I'm going to talk through it. I made the video a little bit longer, and the my practice itself was a little bit longer than normal as well. I think I spent almost 2 hours on recording this design process. I think that was because I don't know, I was stepping outside of my comfort zone a little bit, and I had to do something different. And so it took me a little bit, more extra time to figure out what I wanted to do. Although the goal of it was still to kind of go as fast as I could. And so yeah, that's what I did. I went as fast as I could, and it took me 2 hours. And although, yeah, it's not perfect by any means, but every time I do it, I learn something. I learn something new every time. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've sped up the video a little bit, and I'll just kind of talk through it. So here, as you can see, I'm kind of researching the images, looking up to see what has been done already, looking up, the comics. I never knew that the comics were, were the, I don't know, inspiration, the roots of the movie, until I actually got into it. I watched the movie, I don't know, a couple nights ago, and I was just kind of thinking to myself, oh, how cool would it be to redo the movie, The Mask? And then once I started doing the research a little bit, I found out, oh, there was a comic that was made, and apparently it's like super, super gory. And so, I don't know, I had a lot of fun doing this. So what I've done so far, I went out and looked up some typefaces. I think I went to Google and I typed up, I don't know, The Mask typeface or font. And I downloaded it, and so far I'm here, The Mask. And you'll kind of notice, I don't know, throughout the video, I kind of make these pauses. That's because, something got me sidetracked, and I think I was answering some texts because I was asking someone if I could use their music in my YouTube videos. So every time I stop, that's why. So here, I just kind of got the idea that, oh, I know that the original comic was really bloody and gory, so I went out and got me a paint splat. It's not very good practice to just take images off the internet, but this is for my own personal thing, so it's okay. It's not like I'm trying to sell this design. If it were my own design, I'd make my own paint splat. And just so you know, this really isn't my, I don't know what you'd want to call it. This isn't really my actual process in designing something. I almost always start, when I'm doing jobs for a client, or if I'm doing something for work, I always start out on, the sketchbook and sketch it out with pencil, and and then take a picture of it or scan it, and then resketch and sketch and resketch again. But here, on my exercises, I almost always just start on Illustrator, and then I go to Pinterest and search up some images. Alright, so here, now I've kind of designed the mask itself a little bit. I have a library of textures that I can reference. If I can't find something I'm looking for, I'll go to some sort of free resource site. And here I'm just kind of playing around with the colors. I'm not too concerned about being too, I don't know, accurate with the colors at the moment. And right now I'm just kind of playing around with the placement to see if I can get any ideas and the opacity and, I don't know, layer styles themselves. And I think, I don't know, I kind of struggled a little bit with the mask here. And I think that's, that's kind of easy to see. I'm just kind of fidgeting with it. And then I have this font that, it's called like movie typeface or movie font. Typeface is actually the correct word to use, but I know a lot of people use font and typeface interchangeably when really that's not the case. You shouldn't do that. So here I'm just making up some, BS names. I couldn't, I was going as fast as I could. I couldn't really think of names, and so I'm just typing random words. That at least kind of make it look like movie credits at the bottom of a poster. So here I went out, looked up the rated R logo rating. Here I'm just kind of playing with the placement of the text. Now I'm kind of going back. I changed the font for the word the mask, and I just kind of warped it a little bit. I kind of like how it turned out though. It was pretty cool. And here again, justified the text. Although the spacing is all wrong, the key here for me is to go fast as I can. Produce as many ideas in the shortest amount of time possible. So here, I don't know, I just kind of came up with the tagline, "The real story begins here." Yeah, it's probably not the best. And I changed the background to black because I remember while I was watching the movie, it said that this mask only works at night. And it's related to the god Loki, the god of mischief. Here I'm looking for some bloody fonts, because I've already got a blood splat. Here I'm just kind of playing with the placement of the mask. I decided to get rid of the texture, so I felt like it wasn't really doing anything for me. Instead, I actually make my own texture over the mask. Change the font white so that it's better contrasting, with the black background. Here I'm just trying to play with the size of the text. And then I kind of decided that wasn't the way I wanted to go, so I went back. And somehow I lost the texture at the top of the green line, so I had to put it back. I'm not sure what I did with it. And here I'm looking for some yellow cloth, or some just, cloth in general. And then I look up some suits. I finally found one, and I go into Photoshop and change it to yellow. If you're ever interested, I can do this video again, maybe, or another video, and slow it way down, and maybe get into, exactly what I'm doing. Like, how did I change that, suit from blue to yellow? Whatever. Just trying to get the gradients right. And here, I thought, blood splat behind. This was kind of a mistake, but it turned out really cool. I like the kind of the dried blood, seeping into the the mask, the text. Yeah, I did a little drop of blood, although it's probably unnecessary. Probably didn't need to do that. If I did it, I should have made it bigger, made it more noticeable. Here I was looking for teeth because, I don't know, one of the signature things about the movie The Mask was, Jim Carrey's big, huge smile. You can kind of see it in the picture there in the top right. And it was just an idea. I was kind of playing around with it, see if I could get anywhere with it. But I didn't see a way I was going to really make it work, so I just kind of abandoned the idea. I kind of got rid of it. And then I'm coming back to this texture thing again. I'm like, oh, why don't I put the texture over the green strip? And so I changed it to black and white so that, more contrast, so that the layer styles are easier to work with. And here I'm just kind of tweaking a little bit. It's not the best. Here I thought I'd kind of play around with the rated R tag. Ain't no child's play here. I don't know. Kind of cheesy. Chaos Unleashed. I kind of came up with that on the spot. Actually, you know what? I came up with everything on the spot. So yeah, there's the video and kind of my process. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you kind of learned something. I know this wasn't a super technical video. This was just kind of something going over my general process, kind of slowing down the video a little bit. Maybe next time I can do a full-length video, and I can talk through that one. I don't know. That's an idea for the future. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.